Greetings, YouTube. Danny Staten here on the Daddy Dan blog. Look at that right there. Look at that on the ground right there. Oh, I'm hot on the trail of the illustrious Sasquatch. Just about 30 minutes ago, a young man told me he saw some hairy shapes in these woods right here. Woods I've been in more than once. I've made videos here a couple of times. Very near here, there is a nest, what I believe to be a nest, where Bigfoot sleeps. And I'm in that area where someone told me less than 30 minutes, 40 minutes ago, they saw a black hairy shape right here in these woods where I'm standing. This is one of the quickest I've ever got on the scene. I happened to be in the area being harassed by the police at another site where I was making videos. And now I'm right here in the woods on the other side of Mirkwood. There's a giant tree down. I'm gonna go a little quieter from here on in as I get deeper in here. Right down there, see that? Like an outline of a foot, but it's hard to tell. I'm not smelling that smell I usually smell, but I'm hearing some strange musical sounds. What? I'm watching the trail real close to see if I can spot any more footprint-like signs on the ground. And this unbelievable amount of trees down here. While I'm in this area, I'll make a point to go up and check that old nest site, I think, and see if anything's been moving around in there since I'm here in the area anyway. I noticed that since the last time I was here, the trail looks a lot beat down more. Something's been using those paths in here. I don't know, it could be deers, bears, or Bigfoot. But we'll have a look around and see what we find. If anybody sees anything, be sure to let me know in the comments below as I travel on. I get a lot of reports from this general area. 3 or 4 times I've had reports of Bigfoot in this area crossing roads right in front of people. 2 or 3 times people have said they've seen shadows and shapes in the woods. I was just here on an investigation a few months ago in this same area. You can look back and watch them videos. I found a smell. Can't really see that on camera, but I found a smell. And then I found some tracks and some prints and this nest-like structure, which really stank. Right down there, YouTube. Right there, what I can only assume is a raccoon. I can see the head and the body of the raccoon, and it appears to be torn to shreds. Can you see that, YouTube? I'm not going to get close. It's a little on the stanky poo side, but there's a dead body over there of a raccoon. So I'm going to head up there with the nest, and I'll pick this back up in a second. I'm not seeing nothing moving here. You hear that? It sounds like a train. Way off in the distance. I'm really far from the railroad tracks. I wouldn't expect to hear no train here. Hold on for a minute, YouTube. Let me head up the other way. Okay, YouTube, I'll come up a little bit, and that's the thing I call the nest structure right over there. I'm still watching the trail really close. I haven't seen no more definitive signs. But it's so obvious that something's been going through here. Something big. I've never seen the trails around here beat down like this. That's just across the road. There's a cemetery in Mirtwoods on the other side of that. This is the outskirts of Mirtwood. Earlier today, I was doing a recap and telling a story about an old man who saw Bigfoot back in 1971. And of course, I was totally harassed by the water department of the town and the police department of the town, who don't like me out trespassing around. Look at this shit. Whatever stepped in that motherfucker made it go all the way down. And that's pretty freaking huge right there, buddy. There's another one over there. Looks like something misstepped and hit a hole, and it went all the way to the ground. As I approach the nest structure, it's getting a little bit greener, and you can hardly see anything up inside of it. No, my luck, Bigfoot's sitting there and gonna pounce on me the minute I step up through here to get a view of this thing. I'm gonna go all the way around it for you guys on YouTube, as I so rarely make it down to what I call the nest. Ah, here we go. Look, you can sit right up in this bad boy right here, and look, as you can tell, something's been in here. The ends of the stump's been tore off. You got two directions you can go. There's like a tunnel you can crawl out over here, and a tunnel you can crawl out over here. And then you got this big spot right here where something's been in here, laying around. And absolutely no sign of hobos or heard something. Hobos or transients or anything like that. It's just a huge nest-like structure in the middle of the woods here in Pelham, South Carolina. A very interesting spot for sure. Something stepped here and broke these limbs. But once again, I see no definitive tracks, except for that one I showed you, and that thing like something stepped in a hole. We'll go around to this side. Whatever lives in that nest has to come and go somehow. And it comes and goes right there, I bet you. Right there. Right there. As I walk all the way around, I can see the disturbances in the ground where things go in and out of this nest. But to see an actual track would be great. I have caught them before in this area. Up there, I thought I heard something. Apparently it's a dead area. It doesn't even really stink off squatchy down here. The only thing I smelled was a dead raccoon. But it makes me wonder what got a hold of that raccoon and tore that sucker into little pieces. And you can tell something tears this up regularly. It's probably rooting for bugs. I just don't know if that's bear sign or Bigfoot sign. Look how it's been tore right in here. You can always see the claw marks ripping it apart. And it gets worse over that way, and there's more of them that way. This ain't a beaver area. There wouldn't be no beaver here. Very interesting stuff, YouTube. Very interesting stuff. Hold on. So YouTube, I made it to the top of the hill. I'm gonna take a look from over this way at the nest structure. You can see them beat down logs. Well, I showed you the nest again. I come down here and had a look around when somebody said they saw dark shapes in the woods, large hairy creatures, but I see nothing. Very few signs, like something stepped in a hole, and kind of a track, but that weirdness on them logs and the nest area. But it don't have that old musty smell like Sasquatch is there. The only thing I really smelled down here was the remains of a dead raccoon. And I did get that on camera for you guys. So this is Danny Staten on the Daily Damn Blog, deep in the woods of South Carolina, searching for the illustrious Sasquatch. Be sure to join me on all my adventures. Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Till next time, this is Danny Staten saying, blog over.